Today's adventure begins from my hotel room, looking over the valley here in Los Angeles, Hollywood, California. Looking down upon Universal Studios Hollywood. As a recording of this Friday, August 30th, 2024, I am heading down. It's about 2:30 right now. After 3 o'clock, the tier of annual pass that I have gets me access to any attractions or rides without waiting. It's like a front of the line thing after 3. So I've just kind of been lounging until now. Gonna head down and utilize that pass and just have a late afternoon, early evening until nightfall rears its head at Universal Studios Hollywood. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, wearing an appropriate t-shirt as I go in this door. The good thing about staying in these accommodations is you can just walk through here whenever you so choose. Just gotta watch your step. Filming and running downstairs, probably not the best. Out of the Universal Hilton, walking over to Universal. P2 now. Join me. Good to have you here. Shall you? That was walking through the parking structure, not the hotel proper, but they're connected. They're all the same. They're all the same property. Maybe I just put something good into the universe, not only wearing the appropriate shirt that I have on, but also walking down the staircase from Back to the Future 2. Right, fishies and turtles? Hopefully. What I mean by putting a good luck out there, maybe there's a possibility I could get on the tram tour and see Hill Valley. Doesn't happen often. I would say 7 times out of 10. It does not work out. 3 times out of 10. Actually, that's being generous. Probably more like 1 time out of 10 lately. I haven't been down there. I'm putting it out there though. I'm getting down there today on the tram tour. Now the pass I have is the Platinum Pass. That is the one that gives you the access after 3 on the attractions. I think that's the only one that does it. And even though it is a little bit more than the other APs they have here, in my opinion, I think it's worth it for someone who comes here often because there are no blackout dates. The other ones have blackout dates. It also includes 1 complimentary, even though it is added into the price, ticket to HHN throughout the entire season of HHN. The after 3 perk, parking is included. Of course, I'm staying at the hotel right there, so it doesn't make a huge difference that way. But the no blackouts and the after 3 works out really well because the park's usually open until 6, 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on some nights. So if you come here later in the afternoon, you don't have to wait on any rides or attractions. Can you imagine if Disney had a pass like that? What it would cost to have an after 3 walk on every attraction with that tier of annual pass at Disney World or Disneyland? That'll never happen, but it's available here. All right, perfect. Heading in now. It's about 10 minutes to 3. 10 minutes. I can get in before 3, but the after walk on pass for the attractions is after 3. That's what I'm trying to say. Ooh, look at all the little misters here. Hitchcock would be proud. And since the last time I popped in here, take a look at this. They have the Quiet Place up over here, so this is evidently going to be the HHN The Quiet Place right over here. They didn't have the sign up last time I was in here a few days ago. So there will definitely be a little HHN stuff peppered in because it's unavoidable because of all the stuff that's out. Also, instead of going over to Starbucks, which always has a really ridiculous line, I'm going to grab a coffee from in here inside the French Bistro. There's no one in here. That's how it's done. In and out about 3 minutes. Honestly, 3 minutes might have been an over-exaggeration. It was probably more like 1 minute and 6 seconds, something like that. It wasn't long just to get the coffee. They just handed it to me. This is showing 35. Also, there's a fire truck right over there. Let's go with that fire truck. But it's showing 35 minutes for the world-famous studio tour. 1 minute till 3. And I can scan my pass and go through the express line, which is right here at the forefront, and not wait in that vast line behind it. So I have to wait 35 minutes. If I wait 1 more minute, I could just walk in by scanning my pass. Oh, 3 o'clock. It's time. It's time. They had a seat for me right on the end, on the far end. I usually like being over on that side, but you know what? To walk on and sit immediately on this side, I'll take it.
Reach out to pull the red emergency cord. It runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram. And I'll
little countdown clock right here.
It's safe for me to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour,
wait time 2 minutes.
With your arms and legs inside
Just
the vehicle.
a couple minutes after I got on board. Now it's taking off.
So if at any point during the tour you can drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord, and remain seated.
And they let you bring beverages on here too, even piping hot ones.
And be prepared.
Just hold on tight because it gets shaky. It'll be pretty dang cool. It goes all the way down the side of the mountain.
We reviving the tour began when the Gray Line bus tours originating in Hollywood would make a stop at our gates. And then on July 15th, 1964, first, and that is a real fire station on the right because we are a real city. We're called Universal City. Very legit. We've got our own zip codes and everything. We also at this point have a theme park and a film studio. Right now, there's always a film in there. In Jurassic Park, you see where the Brontosaurus sneezes on the kids filmed in there. And in the movie Apollo 13, director Ron recreated NASA's mission control.
Down to the tiniest detail.
Thank you, Ron. Coming up next on your left, this tan building with the curved roof. The doors open
Texas
inside
Chainsaw.
some set pieces waiting to be used. And then on the right, we have stages 16 and 17. These were home to a very funny show called Never Have I Ever, created by Nick Canadian, starring Trace Humming. Pre-production work like set construction happens in the big building coming up on the right. You'll see on the outside lots of posters, but inside this building.
Is that Alfred's? I think would Alfred drive one of these?
Roughly where now the Jurassic World ride resides on the lower lot of our theme park. Past the bungalows on the left, we have a big building made up of 2 sound stages in the back, and the front part with the big windows, those are writers' rooms. Jurassic, the show is a documentary style comedy. It'll be premiering in November, and yes, they are filming right now.
We're going to Hill Valley. We're going to Hill Valley. Back to the future.
Set right on the corner with a big green marquee that was featured in a Taylor Swift music video. At the end of the video for the song Wildest Dreams, she runs out of a theater, gets in a car, and drives away. That's the theater she ran out of. New York Street's been seen in a lot of TV shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, American Ninja Warrior, Criminal Minds, and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., just to name a few. Lots of movies are filmed here like Hobbs and Shaw, Disney's Captain America, the First Avenger, on the sides of the structure. Just when the camera sees, and then the audience fills in the rest with their imagination. The set also has an interior for filming inside and out. That's called a practical set. We have a few of those mixed in here. And what looks like brick on these sets is really fiberglass sheeting. Anything that looks like stone or concrete, that's really plaster. We also use a lot of wood in the framing of our sets here. And we call it New York Street, but it can be any city through the magic of set decoration. This was actually London in Hobbs and Shaw. It was Depression-era Chicago in The Sting back in 1973, starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford. And sometimes our sets just play themselves. That was the case in an episode of the sitcom Will and Grace, where Karen, played by Megan Mullally, took a Universal Studios tour. You'll see she's in disguise here. Voice earlier, coming up on the left, you'll see stages 30 and 31. That is where an episode of The Voice is filming today.
I still
keep it top secret, basically. This instance, to check out their set list, they're not going to be today for filming. I'm assuming they're going to be back in probably on Monday for filming because the set list can't be ready. So it's a simple station set up. This is also a 2 months of season. Don't touch anything. It's all top secret.
A monorail. More of a subway.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. That was like a flash flood. Now from Old Mexico, we're going to head right to the Old West. Our western town is called Six Points. We drove past the side of it earlier. Now we're going to drive down the main road. 6 Points can be seen in classic westerns like Destry Rides Again with Marlena Dietrich, and in more modern
There's
films like
Nacho
Once Upon a
Libre's
Time in
apartment right
Hollywood
there.
and Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford. The Opera House coming up on the left-hand side is a practical set, so that does have a full interior for filming inside and out. We've got, just like
Once Upon a
most of the
Time in
sets we've
Hollywood.
seen on the tour, a mix here of facades and practical sets. And these are Western sets, so of course they've seen their fair share of barroom blown to a dirt road, but
awesome.
the road in 6 Points today is paved. So
Leonardo DiCaprio
dirt
was
is actually
sitting
part
right
of the set
there.
Decoration. If you want this to look like, you know, a real old Western town from the 1800s, you have to bring in your own dirt. And productions do, and they cover the pavement with it, and then when they're
The
done filming,
interiors
they
were in there
have to
too.
Take the dirt with them when they
Rick
leave.
effing
Not
Dalton.
behind.
That's where that
We call
scene
it
took
6
place.
Points in honor of our original silent film era Western sets. They were made up of 6 streets that radiated out from a central hub, kind of like the spokes on a wagon wheel. And back then you really could make 6 different Westerns at the same time because these were silent films, so there was no issue with sound interference. During the silent film era, Westerns were our biggest genre at Universal by far. And again, we got non-Westerns film in 6 Points. Steven Spielberg's work there on The Color Purple and his film Amistad. Steven's name comes up a lot on the tour. Again, we've got a wonderful association with him that's been going on for years now. He even works with us in the studio tour sometimes. After his movie Jaws was such a massive hit, he helped bring the Jaws attraction to the tour. It's called Elm Street. No nightmares have been down there. It's a misleading name. But the house closest to us with the green roof was Boo Radley's house in the film To Kill a Mockingbird. More recently, TV shows are filmed down there like Drunk History and Never Have I Ever. Coming up on the right-hand side, we have the Chicken Ranch. The main house is a practical set with full interior. It also originally was designed to open up like a giant dollhouse. There's some productions that are filmed there. Coming up on your left, we'll pass by the end of what was Wisteria Lane on Desperate Housewives. This is officially called Colonial Street, as the sign suggests, the close-set sign. There is production set up down there today. It's one of our most popular filming locations on the Backlot because it looks like a very typical suburban streets. We name all of our streets though on the Backlot. Usually we name them after Universal legends.
Speaking of Back to the Future.
Beyond Steven Spielberg Drive.
Ooh, Terror Tram stop off. Less than a week. Less than a freaking week.
The longest road on the Backlot. This part of Steven Spielberg Drive was a wilderness area. Off the left-hand right, there are trees. This is used as a filming location. This road area.
Is that Murdy right there? I think it's John Murdy right there. John! There's John Murdy right
Walk a
there.
few steps into the trees, point your camera in the right direction, and it's going to look like you're in the middle
There's John
of
Murdy.
nowhere. You're not having to go to the middle of nowhere. You can stay on the back lot with all the
That's hilarious.
Put
Put some last minute
Also
touches.
coming up on the left, you'll see the plane crash set from the Steven Spielberg Jordan Peele, with his films Get Out, Us, and most recently Nope. That starred Keke Palmer, Daniel Kaluuya, and Stephen Yeun. And up next, we're going to check out some sets from the movie Nope in the world of the film.
I'm so excited for
Jupiter's
HHS,
Claim
so
and
excited.
Jordan Peele's claims of film. The movie filmed with these Jupiter's Claim sets on location. That just means when you film someplace that's not a film studio. They filmed on location at Agua Dulce, and then after the filming was done, they disassembled the sets, brought them to the backlot, reassembled everything so we could enjoy them on the studio tour. The set designer for the film is Ruth DeYoung. Now we're going to
know what
switch
was just
gears,
happening. They were looking
pretty
for something.
dramatically from Jupiter's Claim. We're going to head into Sullivan Truck Repair. This is a notorious street racer party hangout from the Fast and Furious films. As we prepare to head in, a couple things to keep in mind. Of course, please stay seated.
I don't know what they're doing.
You
They're
do
looking
not
at
need
the
to wear
tire.
your 3D glasses just yet. Have them close by, but I'll let you know when it's time to put the 3D glasses on. And I'm going to hand it off to a friend of mine at the FBI. He'll explain what's going on.
Oh, this is interesting. They have a Five Nights at Freddy's section over here, most likely for HHN. That's going to be happening in less than a week. Also, I should mention that was exactly 1 hour. Left the gate at 3:03, boarded at 3, left at 3:03, back at 4:03, an hour tour. I'm gonna head down to the lower lot now, see if anything else has popped up down here. Maybe go on an attraction. I definitely want to do Secret Life of Pets, which is on the top of it. I'd really like the Secret Life of Pets dark rides at the upper lot, but I figure I will go down this massive escalator, see what's going on down at the bottom. I don't know if I'm gonna do Jurassic. I feel like getting completely soaked, but I do like Jurassic World here though. It's a good one. Nintendo World over there too. Nintendo Land. Nintendo World, Nintendo Land. One of the two. Lower lot achieved. It looks like one of the houses is going to go underneath the Jurassic World archway. That's going to be the Monsters one that's going to go over to the soundstage that was used in the old Universal Monster movies, which is going to be awesome. Right over here next to the meet and greet, I'm noticing I'm finally seeing some recognition about Texas Chainsaw being here. When I was here a few days ago, there was nothing up that said Texas Chainsaw was going to be here. And now there is a sign stating, I think this might be the one that I'm looking for more than any of them, is the fact that I love Texas Chainsaw 1974. I just turned 50, it's turning 50, except this is going to be the legacy of Leatherface. So they're going to have all the different eras, all the different movies, all the different spin-offs, all the different Leatherfaces in one maze. So I'm looking forward to that. The cooling misters, and with the sun permeating there, I think I am going to go on Jurassic World. Why not? Holy cow, literally a walk-on. Well, a walk-on with the Express. I have a feel I'm going to get really, really soaked though, because I'm going to have the second from the back row on the end right there. I think that's where I'm going to be. Best remove them. Best remove them. Oh, it's too late to turn back now. Heading through the cove here. The Indominus Rex has escaped. It's peeking its head out. Look, 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 look. Oh. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Wow. No, there you are again. Way up. What are you doing up there? Why are you way up there? I can't even explain how good this is. Down there riding Jurassic World, and then you kind of course getting a little construction update here. It's interesting. It's going to go. Looks like it's going to go over the really tall escalator, the Fast and the Furious. So from here, I think I'm going to go over to Secret Life of Pets. I really enjoy the Secret Life of Pets attraction, and I just recently, finally, within the last 3 or 4 months, saw the film. I loved it. I love the movie. It's so freaking funny. I wish I had seen it sooner. Yeah, I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did when it came out. Or when it came out, I kind of didn't really pay much attention to it. But now that I've seen it, I recommend it to pretty much anyone. I think it's look at this amount of people that are walking through here. Look at the line over here. Holy cow! They don't have to wait to that. I got the Express after 3 Express. But anyone I know that has pets, I always say you can definitely check this out. It's just so freaking funny. Why is this line so? Oh, this is the line for Minions. That's the line over there for Secret Life. All right, heading on. Ooh, there's a blue stripe on Katner's Deli, not Cantor's. Katner's Deli. I never noticed that before. Clever LA reference right here. Yeah, now I recognize all these characters from the movies and all their personalities, and now I know who they all are. Again, great film, great dark ride. I'm glad Universal did something similar to this, like an old school dark ride. That dog popping out of the window, a hot dog cart. And that one's trying to get that ice cream cone, but he's all wrapped up. This dog's doing some yoga over here. We have the evil cat section. Ooh, hello there. I love the little cat. I love the cats in this movie so much. Look at these things. Oh, this was playing the piano. I forgot about the piano playing cat. This was poking its head through the very buff photo there. Look at this one up here. It's like a scaredy cat. That one's scared. It's a scaredy cat. Like the fireworks going on. There's fireworks up here too. Fireworks everywhere. That cat's got his head in a firework. Like right up top, you see is like his head stuck in the firecracker right there. Danger. Moving parts. And behind it, it's got to be an explosion. Well, there is an explosion right now. spectacular walking through the courtyard here. Preparing. He probably feels right at home amongst all these demons, creatures of the night. So some new merchandise for HHN has dropped since the last time I did a little update a few days ago when I was in here. And I was hoping they'd put out a short sleeve of the Terror Tram because I always try to get one every year. Last year I got one with the bug, what was the bug maze, Larry Larva and all that. They had these the other day, and they had the hoodies the other day that had the tram on it. But I wanted something exclusive to Hollywood that they don't have in Orlando, and of course they don't have the trams in Orlando, so I have gotten a shirt right here. I'm going to buy this. I also just asked a team member about any Texas Chainsaw merch. She was saying no Chainsaw merch yet, so I don't know what's going on with that. But there is Slash merch. But I also haven't seen any Chainsaw Punk merchandise either, so that's kind of weird. No Texas, anything Chainsaw. Weird. Any Texas Chainsaw or Chainsaw Punks. No merchandise. Isn't that bizarre? It is a little odd, to be honest, why they don't have any merch. I actually walked down through City Walk and went to a couple other spots. The Production Central store and the other shop that was the main merchandise store on City Walk, and neither one of them had. They did have some new Weekend merch, the Weekend Trilogy House merchandise, but no Texas Chainsaw. And just curious to see, maybe there won't be any. Maybe it's just the house and not the merch. And that's gonna do it for today. Pretty good. Pop it in after the After 3 Express Platinum Pass. Well worth it. I highly recommend it. If you're gonna buy a pass, that's the one to get if you're going to go more than a few times a year. Especially considering the price that it is to get front of the line. Kind of do the math on it, plus you get that HHN ticket. Discount on merch, it's kind of worth it in my opinion. Just my opinion. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.